Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to stream. It's been quite the week. I went to Virginia, and we drove up to Niagara Falls, and we visited some sites around Palmyra, and generally had a wonderful week. It was quite enjoyable. Yeah, I'm very tired. We got back yesterday, so I have just finished essentially a 26-hour day. I did take naps in the middle of the day yesterday, but I'm still quite tired. So, if my brain is half off this stream, my apologies. Alrighty. Let's get this game going. Other exciting news, I have been gifted a gaming laptop. We're not playing on it today. I'm still getting stuff set up with that to ensure, that stream quality will be decent. But I've been gifted a new laptop, and I'm currently using it as my second screen to manage the stream with. And I like it so far. It's a lot nicer than using my phone. Because I can see my chat and my activity feed and the stream all in one go, and it's not all crowded and cramped. It's kind of nice. So, but yeah, with this laptop, I should be able to stream more complex games pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited about that prospect. So, we might do some Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, we might do some Baldur's Gate 3, we might get more Halo streams, which could be very fun. What other games do I have on this thing? Hold on a second. Let's see, oh yeah, I can run Fallout 76 now. I can run Sea of Thieves. I've got Skyrim on here as well, and that might look a lot nicer and run a lot nicer. We've got a game called Foundation, which I think would be very interesting to stream at some point. So yeah, this is pretty exciting. I'm excited about it. Alrighty, let's get into this. Oh, I don't exactly remember what we did last time. It's been over a week. Oh, it's been very long, over a week. I spent so many hours in cars and planes. Goodness. Okay, funny thing. At the beginning of the trip, I went on, now keep in mind, some of this has happened to me before, but this is what I can remember. I went on my first plane ride, my first train ride, and my first boat ride within 24 hours. And that's just as far as I can remember again, because last time I did train and boat rides, I was little. And I don't remember that far back, because my memory's not that good. So yeah, it was kind of exciting. I got to do all the different vehicles all in a day. Yeah, it was a fun trip. Really fun. Virginia's very green. Where I live is not very green. As my fiance says, it's very beige here. Very beige. I think it's pretty. We have good mountains. It might be beige, but we have good mountains, and I think it's pretty, but compared to a rainforest, it's very beige. Alrighty. First things first, check the quest journal. That's always what we do. Ivory Sanctum, right? Wedding Meadow. Maximizing Crusade stats. Okay. Storyteller has some other things for us there, but those are not tied to any specific chapter, so I don't think we've got to worry about them. Alright! Wow, we really don't have that much left in Act 3. Okay, let's do a little bit of maximizing Crusade stats, because life is gonna suck otherwise. Oh, hi. A little full in here. So we'll maximize some crusade stats. Yeah. Yeah. See how this goes. And then, yeah, we'll do the wedding meadow. We'll do some more crusade stats. Yeah. Oh, you know the other nice thing about having this new laptop to be my second screen to watch the stream on? I can use my phone to look stuff up. And when I go back to my screen stream, it won't have frozen. Because that was a problem I ran into with my phone. Okay, decrease. What are our crusade stats at anyway? Okay, logistics and leadership. We really haven't done all that much with logistics and leadership. Whoopsies. I did a lot more with logistics and leaderships in my Aeon run. Why is it so different in this one? Is it because Aeon tends to focus on, like, more serious things, whereas Azad is just like, hey, adventuring, woo! Uncertainty. I am puzzled. That's fine. Also, unfortunately, I have no stream snacks today. Which is a shame. Alrighty. I guess it's time for the wedding meadow. I don't really want to do this quest. Also, oh, but if we do wedding meadow, we might get up to level 14. And we could do Blackwater. Could always do Blackwater. Because, like, Blackwater isn't Act 3 specific. Like, I could do it in I could save it for Act 5 if I wanted to. But doing Blackwater early will give me more experience points, which will make Act 4 and the Ivory Sanctum easier. Ivory Sanctum and Act 4 easier. Let's be real here, that's the order it goes in. Alright, let's attend a wedding. Yay. Weddings. Okay, oh, we've got a cutscene. Commander, Sela, you're here! Elan is trying so desperately to hide his excitement, it's almost comical. Welcome! I'm a little confused. Where are the musicians, the crowd of drunken guests? The last wedding I went to, we got the priest drunk off his face. Oh, please, don't try to do that here. We've already had enough trouble. Kiana worships Desna, Iomade. In the end, we invited a priestess of Abadar to conduct the ceremony so that no one would be offended. Congratulations, but where's the bride? Let me tell you everything. Before the official ceremony, all the guests are enjoying themselves at 2 venues. The one on the right has been organized by my Houndhearts, the one on the left by Kiana's friends. Each venue has its own theme, but I won't tell you which is which. It will be more fun to see for yourselves. Both venues have food and drinks and a little contest where you can win prizes. Kiana is greeting guests at her venue and I'm leaving for mine now. I have a special role to play there. Enjoy, Commander. There's still time before the beginning of the ceremony. Sela, thank you for coming too. Okay. I happen to know that shenanigans take place, so we're putting Sela on her horse pronto. Oh goodness, I still haven't yoinked Nenio's Triceratops and given it to Sociel. Guys, I'm really bad at this. It's fine. Okay. There's gonna be shenanigans. Let's see. Aha. There we go. Well, hello there. A fae steps into your path. You suppose he must be a Houndheart, but his knight's armor is mixed with gaudy items, and there are fake wings fastened to his back. Halt, travelers! You are stepping into the wonderful land, the charmed land, the most perfect land ever created by the gods, the first world. And I am its guard, the beautiful gate... Wow. The beautiful Fey Gate Mistress. You can understand the slip of tongue. But, before you enter, answer my question. What is the key that opens every gate? Oh no! Oh no! I have to do it, guys. I have to. It's too funny not to. Oh dear. Oh dear. I know the answer is supposed to be love. At least I think it is. And yet, it would be so much funnier to say tentacles. Will someone explain to me why every 10th Crusader in Mendev gives tentacles as their answer? Fine, we'll let this mystery remain a mystery. Excellent. Now you may enter, and learn the mysteries of the past, and fight for the treasure of our Fey ruler. The Fey points to the middle of the tent, where, seated on a throne, is none other than Elan. His head is crowned with fake horns, a green cape sweeps over his shoulders, and his torso is proudly bare. Owlcat, those are not horns, those are antlers. There's a difference. Also, if they're antlers, it's a lot easier for them not to be fake, because deer drop their antlers every year. Very easy to get antlers. Is Elan pretending to be the Wild Hunt monarch? He is the monarch, the true ruler of the magical land of the First World. The Fae lowers his voice. The bride is particularly taken with the costume. Ya think? She probably just likes seeing his muscles. What is the Fae ruler's treasure? It is a priceless artifact which our monarch has owned since the dawn of time. It looks exactly like an ordinary broom. But don't be fooled into thinking we Fae simply failed to find any good props. So, the artifact. The monarch used to own it, but then a treacherous predator, the most fearsome of any who live in the forests of the First World, sneaked into the treasury and stole it. This predator lives in a secret lair which is conveniently located in this area. Everyone who makes it through the enchanted wilds of the First World and reaches the beast's lair will get a reward. Ugh. Darn, old-timer Ciela hasn't played games like this since her thieving days. But we've got to accept the challenge, Skittish Bootstraps. Alright. Sure. Alright, then I'll repeat the rules. You need to search our corner of the First World and find our amazing broom-shaped artifact. But first, you need to answer a few riddles. You'll see. And come face to face with the dangerous predator. And then you'll get the reward. Yay me! Woo! Oh. There's like spells and stuff.
Damn this silly thing!
I've fallen over. Alright, we'll just book it through, shall we? Oh. There's a chest over there. I doubt that's it, though. On the other hand, I want the loot. This is perhaps unwise. Oh, we got lucky. Oof. Book it. Run! Run! We made it! Okay. How do I get an enchanted horn like that? That seems like a very useful thing to have. Hello there, good beast. Oh, hello, adventurer. You must be looking for the artifact that was stolen from the Wild Hunt monarch. I am the beast who crept in and snatched the artifact. I've taken steps to prevent the stolen property from being returned to its rightful owner. Namely, I placed the true artifact among several fakes. You will never guess which is the real one. The beast points at a few identical brooms. Are you the predator, the most formidable beast in the forests of the First World? Actually, I'm a lawyer from Neurosian and a friend of Elan. The predator makes a helpless gesture. But when they were giving out roles for the celebration, guess who was appointed the magical beast? They said I was the hairiest fellow in the party. It's alright, I have my own wedding coming up. I'll even the score then. What will happen if I choose one of the fake artifacts? According to the rules, you're supposed to turn to stone if you take the wrong broom. I mean, artifact. But, to be honest, I'm willing to help you out. I actually forgot which one I marked as the right one. So I can just take the broom and go? There's supposed to be a battle with the predator, but I'm not drunk enough for that yet. So just take any broom and go. Don't forget to give it to Elan. The monarch will give you a reward for returning the artifact. See, this is the problem with elaborate ideas like this. They don't ever quite work out the way one intends. There we go. Elan is trying very hard to maintain his aloof demeanor, but he can't help breaking into a smile every few moments. Mortals, you have returned my artifact, and I shall reward you forthwith. We Fey monarchs are noble beings and not evil at all. Color me surprised, friend. I never thought I'd see our straight-laced Sir Elan come to his own wedding dressed up as a Fey princeling. I'm begging you, no jokes about the horns, please. I don't want to be remembered as the, what now, bridegroom? That is a word I don't know, and I'm slightly scared to look it up. Elan sighs, but starts smiling again. I don't know if you've ever fallen in love, Seela. I don't remember you ever talking about it. But when it happens, you're no longer who you once were. I suppose I didn't expect this of myself either, but Kiana was so desperate to have an unusual wedding. I thought to myself, if unusual is the goal, then I should do something I've never done before. Unusual has certainly been achieved, Elan. Your future wife has you wrapped around her little finger already. Thanks for your concern, Commander. I hope you won't be offended if I ignore it. Oh no, certainly. And now, if you please, I'd like to return to my role. Please, continue enjoying the festivities. Probably fake Shaika? You see a broad-shouldered dwarf woman wearing a hood. The outline of her form is constantly trembling and shifting, probably because of a spell of some sort. Greetings, traveler. We are Shaika the Many, the rulers of time, piercing through all epochs. We know all the secrets of the past and the present. We can reveal your destiny to you through this fortune cookie. The woman points at the box beside her. Huh, interesting. Me. I want a cookie. Skittish bootstraps. Can I have a cookie, please? There you go. Ivu crunches the cookie between her teeth, her eyes closing in sheer delight. Then her eyes pop open again. I lost control and swallowed the fortune. What are we going to do? Now I won't ever know my future. Oh, don't be sad, dragon child. We will tell you your future just like that. You will grow up to be a big dragon. Some prediction. I can do that too. In the future, I will eat a lot more cookies. I'll take one. The note in the cookie says, you will have an amazing journey, new friends, and many unexpected discoveries. You know? Yeah. Thanks, I'll be going now. We're not gonna question the situation too much. Why? This is a wedding. Aren't there supposed to be festivities? Oh, I guess that's as far as over the map goes. As far over as the map goes. English and I are not getting along today.
Together,
oh, brother. Alright, so Elan's theme is clearly Fae. Loot! A slender young woman in a flowing dress walks toward you. The first thing you notice is her eyes. They are a striking blue-green. Welcome, travelers, to the secret-steeped land of Ustalav. You have come to the kingdom of grim mysteries and exquisite secrets. I, the vampire princess, am delighted to see you in my castle. After a pause, the girl smiles coyly. I'm glad to finally meet you, Commander. Sela, I am Kiana, soon to be the wife of that unfortunate knight who invited you here. Sela rolls her eyes. Horrible. Imagine walking through the world wound and then BAM! You're an Ustalav. I'm not even sure if a paladin is allowed to feast with a vampire princess. It's lucky you are not a follower of Pharasma, valiant Sela. Arsino, the Dresden priestess of Abadar, is a short distance away from the Happy Bride. Although, I'll admit, I'm not used to feasting with the undead either. Oh, stop it. My friends and I are completely harmless vampires. We won't bite. Kiana laughs musically. Truth be told, we chose the theme of Ustalav because it lets us wear beautiful dresses, light candles, and drink red wine all evening, pretending that it's blood. I personally can't think of a better way to celebrate my wedding. Oh, Vampire Princess, I'm honored to be your guest. Welcome, guest. My castle may be humble, but I hope it will entertain you. Yes, actually, about that.
I'm prepared.
Actually, who has higher trickery? Aru or Wenduog? I think it's Aru. I don't think Wenduog... I mean, Wenduog has trickery, but she's not, like, fully spec'd into it. Oh, yeah. I made Sela a backup thief.
I finished here. Is there more?
Skeleton has a slight sheen to it. Judging by the texture, it's made of marzipan. Did I get nothing from that? Tragedy. Always just to discover what it is. So now... Oh, I can't send anybody else over to knock it down? A pity. Ah. Alrighty. Is there anything else over here? Oh.
Something.
What did you find? Dilla? What did you find? Hello? What did you perceive? I feel dumb. What is this? Sela? It's like, I found something. Does not elaborate. What is this nonsense? Sela? Okay, great. Alright, now we talk to Arsenal. I don't mind spending the time before the ritual with you. Are you sure? I'm a boring companion and there are plenty of entertaining activities around. I've already seen enough of the entertainments. Your company is most welcome, Knight Commander. Great. It's time for a cutscene. If I might have your attention, everyone, before we get to the important part of the ceremony, I want you to welcome two very dear guests. This is the commander of the 5th Crusade, thanks to whose efforts the Sword of Valor flies proudly over Dresden. And Sela, Paladin of Iomade, the commander's companion and someone I have the honor of calling a friend. Sela, would you say a few words? I think I've gotten ahead of the animation. So now we have to wait while Sela processes. Or while the game remembers that she's supposed to be doing things. Uh-oh. I have some concerns. Oh, there we go.
Hello, everyone. Hey, I need some advice. What should I say? Giving speeches really isn't my thing.
This is very cliche. I think I did this one as my Aeon. Ouch, that's rude. We're not doing that. I'll just speak from the heart, whatever.
I always complicate things, but I just need to say what I feel.
Sounds to me like Sela's not much of a public speaker. To be fair, though, I'm not really either.
Friends, I'm not good at making beautiful speeches, so here's an ugly speech, but it comes from the heart. I am so happy for you. May everything be good for you. May all your troubles pass you by. May neither demons nor misfortunes ever separate you. That's what we're fighting for, isn't it? For weddings, fun, and laughter. Even in the cursed lands of the world wound. Even after 100 years of war.
Yes, you're exactly right.
You know, I wanted you to come here with me so I could show you that our efforts aren't in vain. Not long ago, demons ruled over all of this area we're in, and they did all sorts of abominable things here. But now, Dresden stands as an indestructible fortress, and weddings are taking place here. It's all because of you. So, let's watch the ceremony and enjoy ourselves.
Arsinoe casts a solemn look over the gathered crowd. Her eyes are glistening either from emotions or the vampire wine. Welcome, honored guests, to the wedding of Elan and Kiana. Today I am delighted to play my part in the beginning of something so special, the beginning of a new happy family. When something as strong as your love for one another is born from the chaos of life, all the gods of order triumph. Note the music. In this game, music is your foreshadowing for everything. Sela is listening to the priestess with a broad smile on her face. Before we begin the most important part of the ceremony, I ask all the guests to put something in this cup that they think will serve the newlyweds well in their new chapter. Ah, I've heard about this custom. It's called the Cup of Wishes. People put nice little things symbolizing wishes. For example, a coin for wealth, a toy for the birth of a child, and so on. I'll put in a coin. I think I'm going to. We're gonna throw 1,000 gold into the cup. Since we can. We just finished the Midnight Isles. I'm rather wealthy. May your family never know poverty. I feel like that should, you know, add something in the animation. The guests put their gifts into the cup one by one. A luxurious shimmering tiara, a flashy ring. Kiana's friend even takes the bejeweled collar from around her dog's neck and puts it into the cup. Oh boy. And it's just gonna snap to a full cup. To be fair, I can't blame them for cutting a few corners on the animation, especially on as low graphics settings as I have right now. I just think it's funny. Ah, friends, but these gifts are too expensive. The keeper of the macabre menagerie smiles to Kiana, showing her fake fangs. Don't even think about refusing. They come with the best of wishes. Ugh. Arushale, you'd better pass this. No! No, Aru! Oh! Oh no. I am ashamed. You sense magical auras emanating from the pieces of jewelry that have been tossed into the cup, but that is to be expected from items that have been charmed to adjust their size to fit the wearer. You can discern nothing else. Ah! How badly did you fail, Aru? No! Aru, you were so close! I feel like I failed last time we did this too. The gifts have been given. Let us praise the gods. In the name of Abadar, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may exchange rings and join your lips in a kiss. Blop. Kiana? Kiana, my love, what's wrong? everything, Elan. Everything. I can tell you. Flop. Oh no! That's really bad! Oh, so we got a Globber monster, and we got... Oh no! They yoinked the cup! Excuse me, I put money in that. Okay. So, Distorted Mythic Shear. Raider, Shadow Demon, Gibberlith. And a couple of Omoxes. Let's start with this, see if we could keep it from getting a turn. That would be preferable. Thank you, Arushale. Excellently done. Keep that one from getting a turn. That's my strategy in these games, is just do not let these things get turns. Get it!
I'll rip you apart!
I hope you do, actually. Seela, you're not on your horse! Well, we didn't quite succeed in keeping it from getting a turn, but maybe this guy will finish it off. There's some he does. Oh no. That guy's gonna die, I think. We have a problem. Well, that's awkward. Charge! Nicely done. Who did she yoink a level from? Excuse me. Okay, who comes next? No, it's that one.
Cover me!
Also, again, note the music. This is not the standard battle music. This is very calm by comparison. Because basically what it's telling us is a tragedy has occurred. Is it dead or just knocked over? I don't actually know. No matter. Don't tell me this thing gets hit points back. Hold on, hold on. Interessante. I don't know. Okay. Okay, shoot the Omox. Thank you. Wait a minute. How did that deal a bunch of damage to a bunch of other things? Wait a second. Aru, what bow do you have? I'm so curious. What is this? No? What did that? I'm really curious. What was that? Oh, she does get benefits from her wings. Oh. Many shot. It's gotta be partially from many shot. Interesting. That's very exciting. Alright, Mr. Olbrig. That one is down, and I think Ivu probably has got a handle on it. Oh, I guess you don't need that for her. Get her! Thank you. It's a lot better than prior playthroughs, I will say. No, it came back! Grrr. Okay, let's knock out the things that we know we can knock out then. And we'll figure out what to do with the shears. Because this thing's just come back to life. At full hit points. And I don't know what's done it. And I have some concerns. Oh, he missed.
Begone, fiend!
Yes, I agree with you, Sociel.
Stab their backs.
Maybe I should have gone for the other one because Ivu's literally right there. Oh no, we've got them both downed. Okay. Oh. Interesting. So we have to knock him down twice, I guess. Fascinating. Oh yeah, everybody gets an attack of opportunity. Epic! Hey!
Desna, guide my hand.
Haha. I love attacks of opportunity. Arsena leans over Curl's body, whispering the words of some prayer or spell. Then she looks up. Her eyes are full of terror. Commander, I must inform you, we've fallen victim to a demonic plot, but I don't understand how. Why? Priestess, you need to focus. Do you know what happened here or not? Yes, I think so. You all know what possession is, yes? Where a demon can take over the body of a mortal? Well, there is a more cunning version of this process. When the demon possesses the body, the poor victim's soul is transferred into a special vessel. A vessel for souls. The item most commonly used for this purpose is a gemstone. How did demons get here? The Sword of Valor was supposed to keep them away. They didn't get here. They've been here all along, inside the jewelry. And now I realize these vessels are enchanted to ensure no one sees them for what they truly are. That is why we didn't notice the demon's presence until the very last moment. No one did. No, see, the problem here is Arushali rolled one number too low on her Arcana check. That's the problem. We could have. It wouldn't have saved us that much. But, like, it would have made life easier if she could have just rolled a 9 instead of an 8. 'Twas a tragedy. Seela swears. So all this happened because of some sparkly rocks? But wait, that means... Yes, it's all because of the sparkly rocks. I think the more expensive pieces housed more powerful demons. Their maker likely had to use more costly materials for the enchantments on those pieces to mask the demon's presence, and he didn't want his atrocities to leave him out of pocket. So let me get this straight. We paid this scumbag a small fortune just so he could go and set a disgusting demon on us? All the jewelry was made by the same person, Derek Sunhammer, right? That I do not know. Well, I do. I can smell it. All this crap came right from the same sewer. Did you say possession? So Curl was possessed by a demon that day back at the Houndheart's camp. This young boy's body is alive, but his soul is gone. Arsena moves her hand from pointing at Curl to gesture to the other people lying motionless around her. As are the souls of the other guests, even the poor dogs. Their bodies have been possessed by demons for some time already, and their souls have been transferred into the jewelry. The demon behind this plot stole the cup, taking all the souls with him. Until the jewelry is found and destroyed, we have no hope of saving these poor people. The knight, who has been silent up to now, grows pale. but it means that Kiana, my love. Elan, I'm sorry, but we will... Oh, be quiet, Seela. You're always so sorry, aren't you? If only I had helped instead of just apologizing after the fact. Where is your God's given power now, I ask you? Madness grows in the knight's eyes. Kiana, my love, why did I bring you here? Everything is lost. Everything has perished. Everything is pointless. I don't like these odds. So, Seal, you need to roll an 8 or above. You better succeed. No! Cecile, no! 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 Cecile, why a 3? I asked for an 8. You failed me. For a moment, Elan looks like he is about to destroy everything around him. Then his face freezes, he turns around and silently kneels at Kiana's body. Seela looks at her friend sadly. Things always go so well when I'm involved, don't they? Skittish Bootstraps, we need to get back to Dresden right away. Look, the first ring that bewitched Curl and the second ring that hurt Kiana, they were both made by Derek's son Hammer. And the same thing has probably happened to the other guests. They all had his jewelry. We need to get to Dresden and search his shop. We might find some clues there. Arsino, what will you do? I need to check again to make sure that the bodies of the victims weren't injured. If we find their stolen souls, we can bring all these poor people back to life. And it would be good if they had healthy bodies to return to. As soon as I finish up here, I will hurry to Dresden. I have magical means to get there quickly. Fine, let's go. Woohoo! The wedding has gone terribly. Aw, poor puppy. I mean, I feel bad for Elan too, but like, the poor puppy. Alrighty. Let's get out of here. I don't like this quest, but it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Alrighty. Back to Dresden we go. There's actually really only so much we can do for this quest in this act. I believe we can finish it up in Act 5, but I've never actually finished this one, because I haven't made it all the way through Act 5. Things are going to get really interesting once we finish Act 4. It's gonna take forever to finish Act 4. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Act 4 is just frustrating at times. It's cool mechanics, but they get annoying after a little while. Does not change the fact that this is a fantastic game. Alright. Maybe I'll like Act 4 better the second time around. Because I've already played it once, so playing it through a second time, maybe it'll be less confusing and I'll like it better. Alrighty. Okay. It's loading. It's taking forever. Goodness, I'm getting notifications on my phone. Excuse me, phone. I'm streaming right now. Oh, we got a cutscene. Nobody's happy. Seela is standing with her weapon drawn, her eyes ablaze. Have you seen the bodies in the streets? I'd bet anything this is the doing of our jeweler. Let's go to his shop quickly if you're ready. Yes, let's go quickly. Gotta hurry over and save people. Not possible this act, but it's fine. But pretend. We'll pretend we don't know. Uh-oh. Bah. I've seen this before. It still made me jump. Alright. Commander, Sela, praise Abadar, you're alive! The usually dignified Arsino struggles to catch her breath after running, and she says, nervously clenching her hands, I've received news from other temples of Abadar, most disturbing news. What we saw at Elan's and Kiana's wedding has been happening across Mendev. People who bought Derek Sunhammer's jewelry have been dropping to the ground lifeless with demons emerging from their bodies. The damage done is hard to measure. Demons appeared in 100 locations, and many of them immediately used the turmoil to commit atrocities. Killing, stealing, wreaking wanton destruction. Some were quickly dealt with, the cursed jewelry taken from them, and the imprisoned souls freed. Wow. But most of the demons fled, taking the jewelry containing the souls of their poor victims with them. Derek Sunhammer himself escaped too. The Inquisition of the Church of Iomade is searching for him, but they have no leads as yet. The Church of Abadar is doing whatever it can. We also suffered losses among both our congregation and our clergy. Arsino shakes her head sadly. Such a devious plot, and how skillfully it was executed. I will say, as annoying as this quest is as a player, if you think about it from a strategic sense, this, it's a good strategy. It's very clever. What if I stole it for a D&D campaign? I could totally steal this for a D&D campaign. I hadn't thought about that before. I think I'm going to. As Arsino speaks, Sela's face grows more and more grim and her hands clench anxiously around her weapon. I saw that scumbag right here. I even talked to him. I didn't suspect a thing. I often get a sickening feeling from traitors. Some of them are nasty pieces of work, the way they rip people off. I got that same feeling from him, but I didn't even think of looking closer. Oh, Sela. Alrighty, what did Summerhammer want to achieve by doing this? It's not clear, but he's been the most famous jeweler in Mendev for several years now. He counted many influential personages or their relatives among his clients. Nobility, generals, priests, merchants. They, their children, or their loved ones are all now only lifeless bodies, their souls stolen away and hidden who knows where. The possibilities for blackmail and sowing blind panic are limitless. I suppose the Inquisition and the Mendevian authorities will try to keep the situation under control, but it is still extremely dangerous. Yeah, it's a brilliant tactic, because if you can knock out your country's leaders by something that anyone with wealth would likely get, like if you become a famous jeweler and you turn all of your jewelry into a trap, and then it's expensive, so only the wealthy people in power can buy it, suddenly you have a brilliant way of knocking out all of your opponent's, leadership systems and government. I'm gonna steal that for a D&D campaign. That's genius, actually. It's so frustrating as a player, but it's genius. What will happen to the victims of this attack? Several large churches in Mendev have taken the victims into their care. The priests will keep their bodies alive and well, but unless the jewelry is found and their souls return, all these efforts will be for naught. How did no one notice anything? Actually, I know the answer to that. Arushale rolled low. By 1 point. I'm gonna be salty over this. She rolled low by one roll. She rolled an 8 and I needed a 9. It always sucks when you fail a check by 1. Part of the reason why as a DM, if my player fails a check by 1, I'll give them at least some information. Because it sucks to find out later that oh yeah, I rolled a 19 and I needed a 20. And I was this close to getting the result I needed. This case wasn't quite the same, but what makes it more frustrating is Arushale had a solid 50% chance of succeeding that roll, and she failed. And then Socio only needed an 8, and he also failed. Granted though, Socio rolled a 3. So I'm less salty about that because it's a larger margin. Failing by 1 though, ugh. But yeah, how did no one notice anything? We'll pretend we have no idea. Magic, Knight Commander, and highly sophisticated magic at that. Yes, it was an Arcana check, I know. Arushale, no. The jewelry items were well protected, and no one detected the demons hiding in them. If we assume that Derek Sunhammer not only made the jewelry, but also charmed the items, we must conclude that he is an incredibly powerful and skilled spellcaster. You know, what that makes me think of, though, is maybe next run, I make a point of bringing Nenio and Ember. They're not my preferred companions, but they would have much better chances of succeeding where Arushale and Sociel failed. And yes, Aru and Sociel have really good stats in those regards, but Nenio and Ember do better. Idea for next run. We'll see if I remember. So all his jewelry came with a hidden surprise? Not all of it. The Inquisition combed through everything. Most of what was sold in Sunhammer's shops is perfectly ordinary. The demon jewelry was sold to a select few, and always by Sunhammer directly, not through his golems. It is clear that he targeted his victims deliberately. Again, this is a brilliant plot. If you knock out your opponent's government structure... Man. Yeah, we're totally stealing that. That is all I can tell you. I hope I've been helpful. If it's within your power, help track down Sunhammer and the Stolen Souls commander. This chaos must be stopped. Seela sheathes her weapon angrily and sucks in a breath through her teeth. But then she seems to steady herself and looks at you, her eyes bright. Well, what do you know? Looks like we got ourselves tangled up in some demonic conspiracy. And I'm the one who gave a demon-ridden ring as a wedding present. If it weren't for me, poor Kiana wouldn't have been left without a soul. Seela, you're such an idiot. Don't blame yourself. The entire Mendevian Inquisition failed to see Sunhammer for what he was. It's no surprise you didn't either. Well, I'm the companion of a living legend, aren't I? I'm supposed to be better. I'm supposed to sense evil and protect those who need protecting. Grim determination burns in Seela's eyes. I can't leave it like this. If anyone has an obligation to find that lowlife Sunhammer and return all the stolen souls, it's me. I'll do everything in my power to find him. Something tells me that the demon-collaborating scumbag is somewhere here in the Worldwound. I'll seek help from every quarter. I'll interrogate and imprison demons and cultists. Whatever it takes to get to the truth. Something I'm noticing about Seela's character, which is very interesting to me. She has very high expectations of herself, which does make sense. She's a paladin. And, like, you know, they have standards that they're supposed to hold themselves to. But I find it interesting that Seela does all this good, and then she beats up on herself so thoroughly. And I would argue that that's actually pretty common among people who do a lot of good things, is a lot of people who are, like, constantly doing good for others will struggle with recognizing that they're actually doing really well, and so when something goes wrong, they beat themselves up over it. I think a lot of times, like, we as people don't give ourselves enough credit for the things we do well. I really don't believe that it's productive to beat yourself up over something that you can't control. So, it's very fun to see that represented in Seela's character. Yeah. The characters in this game are, for the most part, very, very well written. Some people have questions about Nenio, but Nenio makes me laugh, so, you know. Okay. Let's see. Check the journal. Okay. Fantastic. That's all we can do for companion quests for now. It's just maximizing Crusade stats and Ivory Sanctum. And we're only an hour into stream. Okay, we have options here. We could either do Blackwater today. And I'm so close to level 14. We could either do Blackwater today, or we could do Ivory Sanctum today. It doesn't really matter which one we do. We have to do Ivory Sanctum to finish out Act 3. Blackwater, we can wait until Act 5 if we need to. It's not an Act 3 requirement. So we can do them in either order. If anybody has an opinion on which they'd like to see, I'm open to it. Hello, welcome in, Noam 2. It's good to see you in the chat. basically, do we want to move the story forward, or do we want to go mess around with robots for a while? You know an area is whack when those are your options. But also, like, lore-wise, Blackwater is super cool. I also screwed it up in so many ways last time I played it. Which difficulty is this? Extremely easy. That's the difficulty. I'm not a very strategic person. I'm really bad at games like chess or like, and even checkers. I'm just not very good at them. So I play on a lower difficulty in this because I'm mostly here for the story. I do hope that at some point I'll build my way up to a higher difficulty, but I'm also still learning Pathfinder rules because I'm used to D&D 5e. What's my build? I'm doing a Beastmaster Ranger, I believe. Okay, yeah, we can't do anything else with that at the moment. I'll double check once we get back out of this screen. I'll double check. Yeah, I know I'm a ranger and I have a Velociraptor. This is not my first playthrough. I'd like to say Blackwater because of how crazy it is. Excellent, we'll do Blackwater then. It is a really cool area. I was not prepared for it when I went in the first time. I should actually make sure all my companions are fully leveled up, and I'll need to figure out exactly who I want to bring for Blackwater to get through it. Yeah, the rules are not at all like D&D 5e. So this is my second playthrough. I'm hoping this one I'll actually finish. My first playthrough was an Aeon run, and I didn't quite make it all the way through. Like, I got to Act 5, I did a little bit in Act 5, but I didn't finish Act 5. So, yeah, the rules are way different from D&D 5e. This requires so much more number crunching, which is also something I'm not very good at. So again, easier difficulty so I don't go mad. A lot like 3.5e, but still it's different. Yeah. Yeah. Well, because the Pathfinder system came from D&D 3.5e, right? So it's gonna have a lot more similarities there. Oh wait, hold on. We should rest so Ulbrich doesn't have to deal with the negative level. I promise I have a brain. Sometimes I think through things. Yeah. Oh, and I should sell stuff. Okay, cool. The ADHD is slowly coming around. I have a scroll scribing kit, right? Ah, but I don't have any reagents because I sell them. We will look through recipes though. Oh. Fish on a stick is probably going to be good because the journey to Blackwater is rather long. Okay, yeah, that works for me. I also, there might be armies. Oh.
My name is Wenduag. Wenduag. Remember my name. Soon the whole world will know it.
When that happens, that's when I'll remember it too, mongrel girl.
The number crunching part isn't too difficult, I think. Making builds the complicated part, but really more for higher difficulties. Yeah. Yeah. And so basically what I'm trying to do here is practice making good builds. Oh, thank you for the follow, Noam, too. Yeah, so I'm trying to practice making good builds and see how they go.
Precisely.
Currently Wenduag is my best built character of my entire party. But I will also say things have been a lot easier this run than my last one because I know better what I'm doing this time, which has been very nice. So, my last run was kind of a mess. I played a Cavalier. It was a very martial party. I've been experimenting more with doing spellcasting this run. That was one of the things I wanted to focus on. Because the spellcasting in this game is very, very different to D&D 5e. And it's also very easy to forget about. But your spellcasters aren't all that efficient at shooting arrows. I am making my own builds, yeah. just from my experience in D&D, it's easier to understand how the rules work when you figure it out yourself. If I ever am doing, like, probably, like, I would say if I'm ever doing above core difficulty, I would look up a build guide. But until then, I'm really playing around with it to figure things out on my own, because I enjoy it. I'm just not very good at it. We don't have anyone who uses that. Yeah, Social's got better. I really don't think we're gonna find anything here that's gonna... Yeah. Ah, hold on. What's this belt? I want that, thank you. I want that. Ooh. Okay. And then... get rid of all the spell scrolls I know I will never use. If you want a spellcaster that works like 5e, Arcanist is very similar. Halfway between prepared and spontaneous. Not the magic deceiver archetype, though. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe in my next run, I'll, I might end up respecking somebody to do something like that. The way I have this set up at the moment, this run I intentionally went for the All Paths Open achievement, so that when I finish this run, I can go back to that save where I determined my mythic path and just choose a different mythic path and play through it so that I don't have to do the beginning over and over and over again. See, this is why I never have reagents for scribing scrolls. I sell them all. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'll try and get into scribing scrolls more next run, I think. Okay, is everyone fully leveled up? Yes, they are. Okay. I'm stuck here. I'm gonna be missing a lot in Blackwater. That's just how it's going to be. Wendwag is gonna stay. I think Seela can stay, because also healing spells. Ulbrig's gonna miss a lot. And, like, I've got him pretty tanky with his armor class. He might actually be the second highest armor class in the entire party. Do I want or need some help? I mean, if you have suggestions, I'll definitely look through them, but I do enjoy figuring it out for myself. So, I mean, I don't mind suggestions. I find them interesting to look at, and it's nice to understand the rules better. But also, I learn a lot by making mistakes. So, up to your discretion, I suppose. Okay. Maybe we'll bring Social because his spells are useful, but I don't know if we want to use him. Okay, Ruchelet's pretty good, so she can stay. Also, she's our trickster. She needs to stay. Lan! Lan's pretty good. Okay, we might swap someone out for Lan. Oh, Ember. Thou character who I've not built out much at all. What even are your feats? I don't even know. I don't think I have her built out well. I believe I've read that, like, a lot of the archery feats are really useful for spellcasters who are doing, like, ranged touch attacks. I don't think I've got Ember built out well enough for Blackwater, though. Nenio, though. Nenio could give us all haste. Maybe her armor class isn't great, but also she doesn't do close combat. Maybe I'll swap someone out for Nenio. So yeah, Wendog's gonna stay. Ulbricht's kind of tanky. Darren, what did you got, sir? A lot of things I don't fully understand. Yes, exactly, it's true about touch attack spells. Okay, great. So that's why the game's constantly recommending the archery feats then. How the default build for Ember is set up. Okay, excellent. Now, I have also heard that the default builds are not the best, but I guess it depends on how much you're trying to min-max. I feel like that's a weird thing about this game, is like, well, I mean, if you're doing the highest difficulties, you have to min-max. That's the only way to make it through. It's min-max and cheese, from what I've heard. But for core, like, I feel like for core, you really just need, like, a solid build. And I honestly haven't got any idea if I've got that for Ember. I don't know enough about it, and I haven't tinkered with it enough. Not the archery feats, just point blank and precise shot. Okay. So basically just what I have Ember having. Essentially. That's useful. I might have wasted some things with like the arcane armor stuff. No, the default level ups are bad and stupid, sometimes contradict each other. Yeah. Okay, so default builds that come with at recruitment. Yeah. Okay. But like the auto level up. I have read many warnings to avoid the auto level up at all costs. And so I have done so. That is also why I come up with my own builds. Okay. Oh! Oh, no wonder Ember can't hit anything with a crossbow. I should read more. Hold on, how many other things are there in here that I just don't know about? I feel like that might be the only one that's like... No wonder Ember was so useless in my last run! She's literally not meant to use weapons. I am a fool. Okay, cool. So, Ember, I don't think you need this. Now I'm probably instantly in the top 10% of players just by reading. Yep, yeah, no, fair. There's a lot of people who don't read in games like this, and admittedly I'm one of them. Whenever the wearer of this cloak channels energy to harm undead, the next 2 rounds it becomes surrounded with a fire shield that deals... Ooh! There are 3 characters who could use that. Darren, Sociel, and Sela could all use that. Oh! Regil? Regil could be useful for Blackwater. Greyboar a bit less so. Okay, hold on. I need to organize my brain. Okay. Let me write out the defining qualities of the party members we think we want to bring. So, Wenduog, because attack bonuses are going to be everything in Blackwater. Like, this might be the most extensively I've prepped for something like this. So Wenduog gets 2 + 28 to attacks, and then it drops significantly. Did I finish Blackwater last time? I did, yes. It sucked. I would spend like 10 minutes per encounter. Admittedly, I was playing in turn-based, so it took longer. But I spent like 10 minutes every encounter just watching miss, 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 miss on both sides. It was very frustrating. Okay. So Wenduog has 37 AC, which is, I think it's the highest I've got, and plus 28 attack bonus. So that's really quite good. Regil only has a 28 AC. Okay, but like, Regil, I could give you that. It doesn't exactly, it doesn't make him, his AC better, but it will make his attack bonus better. Yes! Okay, Regil is there. So you know how to kill them without electricity damage. I guess? In my experience, it just kept whacking them. Is there a special method that I don't know the exact words for? I have read that electricity damage is useful once you knock them down, which is... I'll have to check some of my spellcasters to see if anybody actually has electricity damage. Oh wait, no. Isn't there a cantrip for that? I feel like there's a cantrip for that. I'll check. Irony of my life was in Winter Sun recently, and actually in this run, where we're fighting that ridiculous tree that keeps regenerating until you hit it with fire damage. And it was, I think, Woljif's, like, fire cantrip that just knocked it out. I'd thrown other fire spells at it, and they never overcame the tree's spell resistance, but that cantrip, for whatever reason, did. I should still research why that was the case. Maybe because they regenerate instead of dying. Don't know how it is on lower difficulties, though. I think they do regenerate on lower difficulties. I think they just regenerate slower. I could be wrong. It might just be that they don't hit as often or as hard. Because, like, if I'd been playing on any higher difficulty last time, my party would have been wiped within seconds. Oh! Cantrip ignores spell resistance. That's cool! That's very useful. Okay. Regil, how do I increase your AC, dude? Still dealing with a ring of protection +2. No wonder your AC is crap. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna bring Ulbrig. I might swap out some of Ulbrig's equipment. Because Regil's gonna hit way more often, and I don't really want Regil getting knocked down. Sorry, Ulbrig, we'll give these back later. Assuming you come back to the party, I might like Regil so much better that he just sticks around forever. Also, I know those are gonna yell at me for non-stacking bonuses, but I don't care. Okay, those don't change anything. That does. Nah, Regil can keep it. Regil can keep it. A 29 AC is compared to a 35, I think? Yeah, it's gonna be a 35. Basically, the way to kill him is to use coup de grace for an insta-kill if you don't damage him with electricity. Oh, yeah! I have read about that. Okay, yeah. Great. Now I do know how you do it. Okay, cool. I do know what it is. I have used it before. It's not something I think about using frequently, but I will keep that in mind. That is a very useful tip. Thank you. Oh! Hey, look! Daring can use that. And that. There you go, sir. Your life is now slightly better. He's still not in my party. Okay, so... hold on. Regil has a 29 AC. It's not the best, but on this difficulty, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I know. Non-stacking bonuses is something I've picked out pretty early on. I just wasn't sure if it was going to be worth swapping the rings out or just put one on for the moment and then take it off later. I decided to swap them. It's fine. Ulbrig can get by with a 35 AC. It still puts him in, like, the top 3 AC characters in the party. But in Blackwater, to hit matters so much more. Okay, so Regil gets at least 1 + 30 attack bonus. I'm stuck in the party, but I have an armor class of 30. Okay. We need at least 1 spellcaster. Hold on. Nenio. Do you have anything in particular? Okay, yeah. So I think if I do want to use electricity, Jolt. So it's either Nenio or Woljif. I should bring with me. The only ones that do stack are dodge AC bonuses and base natural armor AC. Yeah, so that would be like the amulets of natural armor. Those do stack with the bracers of armor because they hit different halves of the AC, so to speak. I had figured that one out as well. Not in so many words, but I'd figured out the practicalities of it. Nenio or Woljif. Okay, so those are the ones who both have the electricity. Okay, now you said that some of them ignore spell resistance. So that one is affected by target spell resistance. Hold on. Let's look at Woljif. What? Hold on. Oh, is it flare? No, that's a burst of light. What did I use on the tree? I mean, it's our nat AC enhancement, same as bark skin. So, in other words, then, the amulets wouldn't stack with bark skin. But that would be potentially what makes bark skin a useful buff, because then you could have an amulet that does something different, and then use bark skin on top of it and get both. Buffs are something I really haven't done anything with. So, I know they're very useful, but I haven't... Again, I'm just barely messing with spellcasting generally. I haven't done a lot with buffs, and I think that's also part of the reason why none of my spellcasters are well optimized. It's because I choose their spells as they look cool, because I want to see what happens when you do it, and less because the spell is actually, like, fits the build. Bracers give base armor like a suit of armor or mage armor spell. Right, so that would be then why the bracers never stack with any sort of enhanced armor. Because enchanted armor and the bracers basically have the same enchantment on them, so to speak. I'm really confused about what spell Woljif used on the tree. I don't think it matters that much, though. Okay, so I think we do bring Woljif because look for the fire cantrip in the book. It might not show here. In the book? Like, when we're actually, like where you're about to use the spell? As compared to... Probably some oversight because it was added to the game later. Okay. So that would be why it showed up in the middle of combat, but doesn't show up here. Okay. 24 AC. He only has a plus 18 to attack bonus, but... Jolt cantrip. Which is the whole reason he's there. Go into spellbook in this tab. Okay, spellbook. Oh, spellbook. You're right. Yeah, ignition. There it is. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the clarification. Full disclosure, I was out of state for a week, and we got back yesterday, and I had not had nearly enough sleep. Okay, yeah, so the ignition one. Yeah. Okay, so Wendog, Rudgel, Woljif. There's me, because I can't change that. I probably would change it if I could, but we can't. Arushale gets a solid plus 24. Lan gets plus 22s, and also we're both ranged, which is an advantage. Honestly, there are so many times where people in chat have had extra brain cells for me, and I've needed it. Best part of having a chat is, you know, having people who will remember things I forget. Okay, me, because I can't change it. I'm very tempted to do Lan and Arushale, Because then we got Wendog for our tank. Part of the game is also knowing about the bugs. Yeah, true. Wendog tank, Regil attack, Woljif zap, and then 3 ranged just as backup? Arguably, we could bring Old Brig for a tank too, but he's got worse attack than both Aru and Lan. I just don't know how useful he's going to be, except that he's really maneuverable on the battlefield. Oh, and Seela. Seela gets a plus 25 to attack, and healing spells. You have to bring Seela. So then I have to decide between Arushali and Lan. With Woljif in the party, we do have someone who's good at picking locks. Ugh, so much of strategy is in the prep. It's fine. There's a part of me that really just wants to get out into the battlefield. Okay. But Seela is going to hit more often than Woljif or me, I believe. Hello? Thank you. Yeah, I only have plus 18s. But I have a 30 armor class, so I am pretty tanky. You can take Camellia and use Call Lightning with her for the electric damage. Yeah, funny thing about that, I could not think of any good reason why an Azada would leave Camellia alive. So she kinda doesn't exist anymore. Each cast gives you a bunch of lightning bolts. That would be very useful for Blackwater. Because then if you can get multiple enemies knocked down, then you can get multiple lightning bolts on each of them. Next run. If I do Lich next run. Yeah, I can't justify bringing her as a good person. If I do Lich, then I'm more likely to bring her Demon as well. Are those really like the only 2 like straight up evil mythic paths besides Swarm? There's some lightning bolt wands in Blackwater. Okay, that should be useful. I think having Woljif with Zap should be enough. I don't think I want him getting in close combat anyway, just because he's got the lowest AC so far. So I don't think I want him in close combat. His sneak attack damage is useful, but he's mostly there to zap them once they're down. He's not gonna hit very often, just like me. So then that makes the last thing between Arushale and Lan. Lan has higher AC, but Arushale has better attack. Lan has more attacks, though. But also Aru is a better thief than Woljif, so it's also Arushale's best girl. Okay. Arushale. Okay. I mean, I don't think that changes up my party too much. It's mostly just gonna have me swapping out... Who is it? Sociel and... Who's in my active party? I don't remember. It's fine. Sociel and somebody else for Regil and Woljif. Okay, so 28 AC and a plus 24 attack bonus. Slightly worse than Seela, but she's got the trickery. Double check this. Yeah, her trickery's plus 34 versus plus 27. Woljif is only there to zap them once they're down. Oh, Woljif, don't you love having an extremely niche job within the party? Okay. Great. Prep is complete. We know who we're bringing. Steel is there to heal people. That will be the one sad thing about giving up Sociel. He does have some really nice spells. Like, if I didn't want Woljif for the zap